everybody. Welcome to Lake Bonny. It's a fair way away from home. It's about a 3-hour drive, but I think it's well worth the effort to get here. But hey, we'll see what we can get today. It's a sunset happening in the next 40 minutes or so. So I'll take one with the 32, and then I'll probably 32 mil. I'll probably swap that for the swapping for the 23. I think got to get a move on because that light is going. There's a thick bank of cloud on the horizon which might snuff out absolutely everything we've got, but we'll just have to wait and see. We are at a fifth of a second at f16. I'm going to throw a 10 stop straight on. No need for an ND grad at the moment, I don't think. Plus an ND grad would probably interfere and darken the top of this tree stump. And let's pop this on. Let's make sure I've locked my focus first. Always a good idea. So I'm just going to pre-focus, lock that focus, 10 stop on. We're all good. Make sure that we then go into manual. I'm going to pull it down. Actually 60 seconds. Let's give it 60 seconds because the histogram looks okay. It might be too dark, but that's okay. Hop on. So let's just let's get our 23. Open that out. Pop that lens in place. That makes, I believe, for a better image with a bit more room, a bit of negative space in and around it. So let's repeat our process quickly. So let's get this 10 stop in play. As before, everything's still locked. 10 stop on. That light is quite pretty, but we don't want too much of it hitting the front of our glass. I'm just going to wait a moment until it you can just see it popping through. I'm just going to wait for it to drop a second, just to drop down. Pop this back onto manual. Put it up to 2 minutes. When that sun drops, I'm going to go 2 minutes, f16. And I don't know if you've noticed, but whenever you're out on a shoot and it's sunset, well, the sun sets an awful lot faster than you give it credit for. So 1 minute it's there and the next it's down and gone. So yeah, I'm not sure whether this composition of mine is going to work now. If that's the case, What else can we do? What might work if I get down low enough. That will work. We've got something to work on. If I get down low enough, I'll actually cut the light out of the image by masking it with the tree. So that might help us here with this composition. Let's get in here. So, with this one, again, I'm going to throw a 10 stop on after I've done a test shot, and then we'll see where we go from there. So I'm just going to take a test shot. And the F16 focused on the stump. I may need to focus stack this. So that looks quite good. Again, I'm just looking for separation. I need to separate this stump in the foreground with the first tree. So let's just go for that. Let's just go for it and see what we get. So we just put on the filter holder. Just checking for any vignetting. Doesn't look like there's any there. A 10 stop, and probably for a minute from F16 to say F13. We should be able to maintain a longer exposure. I'm thinking a minute, but I'll take it for 2 and just see how we go. There's a lot less movement in that cloud, but it is catching some of that light, as you can see. It's quite pretty out there, and I'm hoping now that sun's dropping, I'll be able to push the exposure a little bit. I've got one other shot in mind, but I'm not sure we'll get to that before that sun drops. We'll just see how we do with this one. But it's a beautiful, beautiful part of the world, and I'm sure you can see why I think it's one of my favourite spots. There we go. We'll go shorter exposure, we'll give it a minute, and then we'll move on and see if we get enough. We've got enough time for one last composition before this sun drops. Okay, I think we've got to run if we're going to get to our next little composition. It's not too far away, but I think the light's going to beat us, but we'll give it a go. Okay, let's see how We probably need a lot more time than we've got to set this composition up, but we're going to give it our damnedest and see if we manage to get it done. I'm probably just going to, just a second, just going to throw the 10 stop on, focused on that tree. I'll just show you what we've got very, very quickly. So this is what we've got. I'm using the tree bark as a sort of frame for the tree that's off in the background. So fingers crossed this is going to work. I've got to work very quickly if this is going to work. I'm just going to make sure that we are level and happy with that composition. I will have to focus stack this. So first of all, I'm focusing on the tree in the background. We'll give that a go. So I'm just throwing it on for 60 seconds, F14. First of all, focused on the tree. And second of all, I'm now going to focus on the inside of this bark. And I can even take the 10 stop off, take a shorter exposure just for the bark and get that as bright as I can, and then blend the two later on. But while we've got the light, I wanted the smooth water, and there's very little cloud movement through that gap. Would have been great with some wind really throwing it through, but we'll take everything that we've got. So let me just have a little look. That looks okay. So that's done. I've got the tree. I just need to make sure the tree itself is in focus, which it is. And so now I need to get the this framing logs here. So I'm just going to whiz that right the way down to about 3 seconds should do us. Check that. So it's a focus stack and exposure blend. That's done nicely. Let's make sure it's nice and crisp. It is. We'll leave it there, unless, and I'll be hanging around for the next 20 minutes or so. Probably going to go back up and sit in the car and wait for about 15-20 minutes and see if we do get any twilight colour. There are heavy banks of cloud over that way, so it may not happen, but you should never say never, I suppose. The other thing to take away from today, as well as, you know, if you see a composition, you're not sure whether it'll work, just do it. Just do it. You'll never know unless you get it home, check it on the computer, and then assess it yourself to see whether it's got any merit. But I think the important thing, if I was going to give you a message about that, it would be that it has to appeal to you. If you're taking an image because something interests you, take the time when you get home and look at it. Even if it doesn't work, ask yourself, what was it that interests you? What was it that enticed you and made you want to take that photograph? What was it in the scene that drew you in? And even in your worst images, if you can highlight that, remember that's the thing that's attracting you when you're out doing your landscape photography, and look for it. Look for those cues, look for those signs. So for me, I often look for, if it was a single or a group of trees, I look to see whether it's got an interesting shape, first of all, but secondly, have they got interesting shapes if there's more than one. Me, I try not to compromise on overlapping objects within the scene. I try not to. So yeah, that's me waxing lyrical a little bit. So, but that's just what attracted me to here. It was the textures within this old, and we're standing in the middle of an old dead tree. And the inside texture is what initially drew me. I was lucky enough that there was a tree placed beautifully between this crack facing out onto the water. So that was the second thing that drew me in. Thirdly, I was hoping for some cloud that would move behind the tree and give it that degree of separation from the background. And I think we've got all three. It's just whether it works now. Thank you everyone for joining me here today. Wherever you are, please look after yourselves and your loved ones. And all it leaves me to say is see ya. Take care. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. A little while ago I posted a whole series of images and asked for your help in choosing the best 12 to go in my 2023 calendar. So I've had a fantastic response, so thank you to absolutely everyone, to those that just watched the video and enjoyed that, those who commented, and those who joined in and selected the images that they really liked, and the ones they'd like to see to go into the calendar when I put it together. And also as part of that, I offered 6 free prints to those people who would indicate which was their favourite, and I said that I would happily print that off A3 and send it out to you worldwide, wherever you are. And I'm going to stick to my word because that's all we've got at the end of the day, isn't it? So listen, I've been blown away. I've been blown away by the support from everybody, from the very positive comments, from the questions that people ask about how to improve their photography, talk about the gear I use or the gear that they should consider buying. So I'm grateful to each and every one of you, because this makes it a global conversation about the single passion that connects us all. And that is, well, there's 2 things. It's the great outdoors, wherever that is, whether it's in the woods or it's, in my case, mostly along the coast, knee deep in water most of the time. That global connection is a shared passion, really does come through in the comments and in the chat on and offline. I know a lot of you that I talk to on Facebook and Instagram too. So yeah, once again, thank you for that. This is just me wanting to give a little back for the help and the support that you've given me. So it's just a small token of the extreme gratitude that I hold for each and every one of you. So thank you so much. So it's about chatter. You know me, I'll just witter on almost forever. So let's get on to the task at hand, which is to sort out in a draw those people who've won a free print. Now what I've done is I've laboriously printed off and then snipped each name onto a little piece of paper, and I'm going to throw them into a bowl, hence bowl, and then I'm going to draw out 6. So I'm not going to do 3 from each of the 2 videos that I put out. I'm going to throw them all together, give it a little mix, and then draw out 6 from the hat, and those 6 people will receive a free print. So first of all, on the first week's video, the first 11 images, whoops, nearly dropped one. The first 11 images that I posted, I got 32. Whoops, I knew I'd dropped one. Excuse me. I got 32 responses. So these are all those 32 that I'm going to throw into this bowl, just like this. Make sure I toss them right over. It's almost like making noodles or something. Anyway, and on the second video, I received 30 recommendations, so that's 62 in all. And of course, those people who commented and made suggestions on both videos will have 2 chances because they'll be in there. Although you won't win twice. If your name's drawn out twice, you'll only win 1 print, and I'll carry on drawing till we have 6. So really should have a drum roll and someone else to draw these out. So I'm going to just give it a couple more, and then I'm not going to look. I'm going to, let's do it that way, like that, right? Okay, so long as you can see and I can't, so as long as you're happy, I'm just going to delve in here, fiddle about and draw out. I'll draw out the 6, and then I'll show you what they are. So there's 1, there's 2. Put them down face down so I can't see. There's 3. Let's have another. There's 4. Oh, let's get in deep. Let's get in. Turn them over. Oh, let's turn them over. I keep looking. I don't know why. It's just my eyes drawn to it. There's 5. And let's do one more. Number lucky 6, and there's number 6. Okay. Here we go. Right. The first person who has a free print is a gentleman called Nick, and I've put during the mean, but it means during the mean whilst, and that's the name and the channel by which he goes. And if you haven't seen Nick's channel, please do so. He's a great guy, great photographer, and always for a great chat, and a very funny guy too. So Nick, during the mean whilst, you're number 1 out the hat. So, or the bowl, I should say. So thank you and congratulations. Number 2 is Grant Smith. I hope you can see this. I hope it isn't all blurred out. So it's Grant Smith is number 2. Thank you for your support. I'll contact each one of you for an address, just so that I know where to send it. And number 4 is Peter Virag Photo. So Peter, thank you for your support. And Peter's also got a YouTube channel. He deals mostly with macro photography, insects. Fabulous photographer, and he also loves magpies, so check out his channel. I'll put a list of the people who have a channel down below, so you can check them out. So Peter, thank you so much, and congratulations. And we have David Leslie Williams. So thanks, David. Your A3 print will be winging its way to you. There we go, that's number 4. Number 5 is Tony S. Tony S, well done, mate. Thank you. Thanks for all your support. So there's 1 coming your way. And last but no means least, now look at that. During the mean whilst, you got a second one, so you can't win 2, Nick, I'm afraid. But what are the odds of that? So I'm going to put you to one side so I don't draw you out a 3rd time. And I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to jumble that up. Not look. Come on, come on, come on. Not look, not look, not look. Stop yourself from looking. So here's the last one. Is Darren Spoonley. Well done, mate. Cheers. And Darren also has a vlog in which I actually collaborated with him, and he's an awesome guy. So you have to check out his channel too. He's a brilliant photographer and a lovely guy. So thank you very much, everyone. And that's the 6. And for those that didn't make it, and you know, I'm really sorry. I wish I could send you all one, but it would cost me far too much to send worldwide. But I do want to say thank you very much for each and every one of you for the support that you've given me over the last year. I've made it over 1,000 subscribers, so I'm over the moon. I really am. I never expected so much support, so thank you very much. It really gives me a huge ego boost, and it makes me want to continue, push forward and continue to make some more videos. So until the next one, all it means to me to say is thank you very much, and see ya. Hey everybody, I couldn't resist giving it another go, so I'm not sure how I'm going to edit this video together, but I've decided to throw another couple your way. So, you know, I looked at the 6 and thought I can squeeze a couple more in. So without further ado, let's just let's give them a real good mixing like this, and I'll draw them out the hat. I'll put them down here. Let's draw another one out the hat. Give it a good shuffle. Give it a good shuffle. See what we've got going on here. Shake it about and draw the second one out. So what we have here, we have Richard McMurtry. Thank you very much for all your support. Really means a lot. It does. The last one, lucky last, is Paul Cook, and Paul Cook happens to be another YouTuber that I've got to put on the list below. So thanks, Paul. Thanks very much, and he's got a great channel. So we've got we've got four YouTubers who've managed to win a print, and thanking each and every one of you. But it's really gratifying that people have their own photography channels actually want to be in the draw for one of my pieces. So no, it's really I'm really honoured and touched. So thank you very much to everybody, and congratulations to the 8. I'll contact you soon and find your contact details so I can send your print on your way. So I'll have to say thank you, and it really is from the bottom of my heart. I'm so blessed to have you all want to join me every week. So thank you for that. And it leaves me to say just what else? But see ya. Take care. Bye.